believe that technology should be seamless, and it should give you more from the experiences you love. Our technology fundamentally enhances human capability.
Call from Sarah. Turn left in 20 miles.
It's just the new evolution of the story.
Yeah.
I think this is hot. That feels like tomorrow. It really, really does. It feels like tomorrow.
You've taken all the electronics out of the high-tech cars and just put it right here. Honestly, it's going to change everything.
When you put on a Scully helmet, you get essentially an ecosystem.
As soon as you turn something into a platform, then suddenly you get a level of innovation that you had never thought about before.
Being a professional motorcycle racer takes a lot of fun away from riding on the street. But this could make it fun again.
It will make your riding safer.
With its high-speed microprocessor and operating system, it's the smartest motorcycle helmet ever imagined. Scully is the future. Join the revolution.
Open Sesame. Sesame is what's called a smart lock, which means you can unlock it using your phone as the key. I've tried other smart locks. They're way too big. Their apps are confusing. They take too long to connect. And they're a hassle to install, and I'm pretty handy. But Sesame's different. You can install it in seconds, literally. No unscrewing, no replacing. Sesame has a patented design that fits any latch anywhere in the world. The app is handsome and intuitive, but you can open your door without it, like this. Or like this. Sesame senses when my phone is nearby and gets ready for my special knock. And I can get the optional Wi-Fi access point. It plugs into the wall nearby, so Sesame is always on my home network, and it's linked to the access point with Bluetooth, which keeps it connected while going easy on the batteries. And with no keys, it's easy to let other people in too. I can choose who has access and who doesn't. I get notifications when my lock opens and closes, so I can always know what's going on, no matter where I am. And it's got military-grade encryption. No one's hacking this thing. Open Sesame. Ta-da!
At Sensel, we're developing the next generation of input devices. We're trying to replace the archaic keyboard and mouse with an interface that's upgradable, it's customizable, and it really captures all the nuance and expression that our hands are capable of.
Our first product looks like a trackpad, but we've actually packed 20,000 sensor elements into this form factor. Each of these sensor elements can detect the full range of forces that human hands are capable of. That means that when you touch this device, we can tell not only where your fingers are, but also how hard each one is pressing. We're precise and accurate enough to even detect bristles from this paintbrush. Because we sense force, we can detect touches through any flexible material. We've started developing these three-dimensional tactile overlays that, when placed on top of the morph, change the device into any type of interface you can imagine. The overlays include magnets, making them easy to swap in and out, and software inside the morph automatically changes modes based on the overlay. You can connect it to your computer with a USB cable, and it can even talk to your tablet or phone via built-in Bluetooth.
We believe this product will dramatically change the way people interact with technology, and we reached out to a few of our friends to see what they would create with the Sensel Morph.
With the Sensel Morph, I'm able to work with the brush very naturally in a nuanced way. For instance, if I let go of the brush too soon, the bristles kind of sweep off, and it picks that up. The tools disappear and you're left to your creativity, and that's what's exciting.
The reason why paper and pencil work well together is because pencil will carve into paper. That's something that in the digital world today doesn't actually really happen all that often. That tactility, that extra level of dimension is what makes art.
Designing an interface is probably a necessity. For example, the drum rack or effects, turning knobs up and down, or piano keys and all of that. You know, one controller does it all.
To me, it's appealing for a user to touch this device and interact with the physical world in a different way, a new way. If we didn't have the force sensitivity that the Sensel Pad has, I just don't think it would be as magical of an experience.
The Morph is taking all of these things that I want access to, but are typically in separate devices. And now we have them all combined into one device.
We've spent years developing this technology and partnered with Frog Design to refine the product and build out some core use cases in art, music, and gaming.
But we've only scratched the surface of what this technology is capable of. That's where we need your help. We want you to experiment, prototype, and push the bounds of what this technology can do. We're also developing an online tool that will let you build your own interface along with your own custom overlay. And for those of you who can code, we have an open source API that allows you to feed in raw pressure data or touch information into your application.
We believe that the Sensel Morph will pave the way for a new generation of tactile, responsive, and expressive interfaces, and we need your support to bring this vision to life.
My name is Anthony Ortiz, and I'm the founder and CEO of Fitly, and we're based here out of Philadelphia, PA. In 2001, we had to watch our dad suffer through triple bypass surgery, and that was one of the scariest moments in my family's time. What really bothered us the most as a family is to later discover that his entire condition could have been completely avoidable. Had he just followed a strict dietary guideline and been a little more active, he could have prevented that condition. And so I decided to do something about it. We've created a product called SmartPlate that can help you instantly track everything you eat and do it in a way that is effortless. SmartPlate comes with 3 digital cameras and uses advanced image recognition to identify everything sitting on its surface. It also comes with load sensors that capture the exact weight of all your food and then sends the image and weight information to the cloud for analysis. Currently, our algorithms can read and identify food up to 99% accuracy. The SmartPlate is customizable and personalized to you. So someone who's an athlete, someone who's a generalist in terms of health, someone who needs to manage their health condition, someone who needs to lose weight or maintain their weight. There's no one person that this is for. This is good for anyone who wants to maintain a certain diet and meet a certain dietary goal. The SmartPlate can also tell you how fast you're eating based on the load that's removed off the plate. It'll even tell you when you've gone over on your macronutrients. It takes your behavior and then makes subtle recommendations or nudges, and you'll have the access to deep insight about this behavior. We're confident that we're going to be able to disrupt the current status quo and transition from digital entry to instant automatic entry and ambient data collection so that it's just happening in a seamless way.
There's a gap between your phone applications and yourself because you're still held accountable. You're still having to say, okay, this is what the portion size should be, or I think this is what I'm eating, but I'm not really sure. With the SmartPlate, there's no gap. You're more accountable, and that's why I like it. So I think any type of client that I have would use SmartPlate because they're able to take out the question of whether or not this is too much to eat or should I be eating this. The SmartPlate will just think of it for them. All they have to do is put the food on the plate.
We also think there's tremendous implications for research. This is a data set that is absent in the market. So we've got wearables, we've got all of these devices and all of this sensory data out there, but what we're eating, no one's capturing this information. Collectively, what it can do in terms of educating, helping us learn more about each other as an ecosystem and how we eat, and I think that's super important.
At the moment, people who want to study eating habits have to use exactly the same mechanisms that consumers do when they're interested in what they're eating. So they have to rely on their study subjects, if you like, keeping diaries or remembering when and what they ate. And so this is going to really enable researchers to study and to understand not just what people are taking in, but how the timing of what they're taking in relates to other aspects of their activity. So for example, what is the interaction between what you eat, when you eat, and how well you sleep? That's something that this tool will be able to uncover in a way that diaries really struggle with.
We need your help to get the alpha prototype ready for production. We're confident that we can bring this product to market and deliver it to you by 2016. We know we can change the world by creating products that can drive impact. SmartPlate is one of these products. This is going to help people lose weight, improve their performance, manage those conditions that are related to that poor nutrition or poor eating behavior. And we're confident that the world needs this today. So back our project and be one of the first to own a SmartPlate.
The Jamstick Plus is the easiest way to learn how to play the guitar, period. The Jamstick is the complete guitar lesson system with apps for the iPad, iPhone, and Mac to help users learn how to play. The Jamstick is the only product that can see and show your fingers on screen to guide right from wrong. Now you try. Now make sure that your fingers are good and arched. Okay, now you try. All right, let's do this from the ground up one more time. Partnering with the developers Musopia, users can learn thousands of songs with the Jamstick Plus edition of the 4Chords app.